couldn't separate him as a husband from him as a father. I felt like he was a bad husband, he was a bad father. Awful as he was to my mom, at times, it didn't compare to how great he was as a father.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hilda L. Brown, and today we are going to be talking about the relationship between a parent and his or her child, and also how this relationship can affect the love life of a child. So we are going to use the example of Rihanna. Rihanna's love life was affected by her dad's behavior, the same man that ruined her childhood and tainted her love life. Rihanna hated her dad for a very long time because she remembered her dad as the person that physically hurt her mom. Her father was addicted to substances. And finally, after her parents divorced, her mom had to work long hours to be able to care for them. Rihanna, on her part, decided to step in to care for her siblings. While growing up, Rihanna promised herself not to date anyone like her dad. Rihanna's relationship with her dad was so bad that she stopped talking to him for a period of 2 years. When finally her love life changed and she found fame, her feelings towards her dad didn't change. So when Rihanna grew up at about the age of 21, she started dating Chris Brown. They traveled to Barbados to visit her family, but the relationship ended before, the 2009 Grammys Awards. The songbirds, Chris Brown and Rihanna, they didn't turn up for a scheduled performance because of, relationship problems. What a shame. Well, instead, Chris Brown was arrested for assaulting his girlfriend, and Rihanna filed for a restraining order. She wanted to keep it a secret, but someone leaked the story and pictures to the press. Well, it made her to feel like she had become the woman she promised herself not to be. Rihanna felt so cheap, and she thought that the same person that she really loved is the same person that is giving her so much shame and embarrassment. And that is how life is. Usually, it is the people who hold very key positions in your life, like your wife or your husband. They are the ones that usually, hurt you so badly. And usually, we don't want to believe it because we feel like you are someone I really love. You are someone who is supposed to protect me, but then you are the one who is hurting me. Well, that incident made Rihanna to remember how her mom was physically assaulted by her dad and how she promised never to date anyone like her father, only to fall in love with the same kind of a person. After that time, she told herself that she has to prove to herself that she is not cheap. The incident was a wake-up call to her, and she promised to date only very responsible people. A lot of young girls looked up to Rihanna and thought that she was a strong and untouchable woman. But what happened between her and Chris Brown proved that anyone can blindly date a person who has characteristics or attitudes that we hate, because we are usually, lured into a relationship by the physical appearance. We see the heart only after a while. So what happened to A can always happen to B, whether you are a celebrity or not. It happens every day to everyone. The difference is always on how we react. For Rihanna, she decided to stop dating Chris Brown, while for some other person, they might decide to remain there and be praying for the person to change. So it all depends on the individual. Well, after what happened, Rihanna stepped back and looked at her relationship objectively. She realized that she had not taken time to really assess men properly before dating them. Chris Brown was a big mistake to her, and she thinks that it was because her father did not treat her mother right. So she already had a prejudgment of men in her mind, and that blinded her to fall in love with Chris Brown. So from that moment, she decided that she will not allow the pain that she has in her concerning her father to blind her anymore. She decided to let go. She said she stopped holding on to the grudge or the pain that her father caused their family. She decided then to date only someone that will adore her and not hurt her. So she decided to start dating differently and she met Drake. Drake was a very nice person. He loved Rihanna very much, but Rihanna was not yet ready psychologically for a serious relationship, and Rihanna ghosted him.
Love, like I would get to a place, I would get far, and I would talk to guys, and I would like them, and then the minute I start to really like them, it's like blank.
So as you just heard for yourself, Drake treated Rihanna very well. Rihanna herself confessed that she had a really great quality time with Drake, but then she was not ready, so she bounced. Well, Rihanna said she realized that she can't really love someone else without actually loving herself first. And that is very true, girls. Very, very true. Without self-love, she couldn't love anyone. So she started dating another person, a businessman called Hassal Jamin. Jamin taught Rihanna the importance of balance. She had to take time for herself and her mental health. Rihanna accepts that she is guilty of not taking personal time, but she has not met someone who is worth it before. After dating Jamin, she started dating her longtime friend and collaborator, ASAP Rocky. They dated for 2 years before Rihanna got pregnant and said to herself, "This is the real deal." Rocky showered her with praises and said she is the one, the love of my life. The love Rihanna found in Rocky made her to conclude that there is no need carrying the burden of hate she has for her dad. She decided to forgive her dad and look at him with a different eye from a positive angle. Then she remembered that her father was good to her as a father, but Rihanna was not able to separate his good father from, the abusive husband he was to her mom.
I couldn't separate him as a husband from him as a father. I felt like he was a bad husband, he was a bad father. Awful as he was to my mom, at times, it didn't compare to how
So
great
we
he
see
was
that
as a
Rihanna
father.
was a little bit confused because his father loved his children, but then he was a bad husband to her mom. Well, in our lives today, things like that really happen all the time. We have seen very good mothers who are very bad wives, and also very good fathers who are very bad husbands. Sometimes these two relationships cannot be compared to. They come with different emotions, you understand? That is why we should never get kids involved in such situations because they will just get confused. We cannot separate those things. When they grow up, they will decide for themselves. So the love that Rocky showed Rihanna made her to, forgive her dad and make up for the lost time between them. First, Rihanna sent him to rehab after his father decided to get clean. After his sobriety, Rihanna bought him a house in Barbados and they have come back together very tight. Rihanna's road to love has been tough, but she finally found it and she is happy again. What love cannot do does not exist. So guys, that's the love story of Rihanna, starting from when she was a kid up to now. What did you learn from this story? Well, most people will agree that whenever you are being put to shame or you are being embarrassed by someone you really love or hold dear to your heart, you really feel the pain to maximum. And this is because of the love we have for such people. And it usually affects us. Take, for example, Rihanna. From when she was still a child, the way her father treated her mom made her to hate her father. That is why I would say, whatever we are doing, we should always take into consideration the fact that we have children. Because sometimes if you, as a woman, you treat your husband so poorly, your children are watching, very soon they will think that it is okay to treat men like that. If you are a man and you are treating your wife in a very bad way, your female children especially will think that all men are like that. And if they grow with this hatred for men, they will not be able to assess men normally. Rihanna thought that all men were, the same. There was no difference. That was why she stayed in an abusive relationship with Chris Brown for some time until she understood that it can cost her life before she decided to move. But when she finally found love in Rocky, her longtime friend and collaborator, it changes everything. So we should be careful how we treat our partners, especially when we have kids, because it will blind these children from actually experiencing love. So that is what happens when we are being disappointed by the same people who hold key positions in our life. People we really love very much. People like our parents, people like our children, people like our spouses, it is normal that we feel disappointed if our parents or our partners or our children, really treat us in a very poor way, because we love them and we know they love us too. I mean, they are supposed to. That is why they hold such key positions in our life. But then they tend to either beat us or treat us very bad. What do you expect us to do? Well, it can happen to anyone. It happened to Rihanna. She is beautiful, talented, and very successful. What about us? Without all those, characteristics, it can happen to anyone, guys. We should just be grateful if we are in a relationship that is not abusive. The amount of love that Rocky is showing Rihanna has compensated for the love that Rihanna did not get from her family. It has made her to forget about all the pain she had in her family. And now she decides to forgive her father and live happily with him again, because her heart is so full of joy, happiness, and most importantly, love.
I have forgiven him. It took me a long time. I was angry for a long time. I thought I hated Chris, and I realized it was love that was tarnished.
So, guys, despite all the things that she went through in the hands of Chris, she decided to forgive Chris so that she can move on. Yes, because holding on to a grudge will never make you find peace. You always feel like your heart is heavy and you are not ready for anything. You don't want to be hurt again and so on. But thank God she found Rocky, who is now, our new man in the game, and he is doing things right. And because of that, she is now pregnant for her first child, and everything seems to be going on very well. Well, we wish them the best of luck. So guys, that's what I had for you people today. I hope you like it, and please do not forget to subscribe. Okay, I keep saying this because I see that many people are watching me, but not all of them are subscribed yet. So do share this video and give me a thumb up. Love you guys very much, and I hope to see you on my next one. Stay blessed. Bye bye.